Hey Sean, hope you're having a good weekend. Video lesson for today. Three things I want to talk about. We'll go down the list, and if you have any questions at the end, feel free to shoot me a message or a video, and I'll be more than happy to take a look at your answer. So cool, let's get to it. So first thing is, I saw your message that looks like boxes 1 and 2 are looking pretty good for your cage major shapes. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw box 3 in there into the mix, and then we'll connect them the same way that we connected boxes 1 and 2. So if you flip to Rock Secrets, page 45, they have it labeled in this book as pattern 5, but I call it box 3 because I like to relate it to the pentatonic scales. This one goes back to box 3, A minor / C major pentatonic. Remember that A minor pentatonic is also C major pentatonic, just depending on like where you kind of emphasize in the scale, which notes you emphasize in the scale. So that shape itself, so going back to box 3, C major pentatonic is 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, and then 10, 12, right? So it's like this. So that's what you should be kind of thinking about when you're learning the scale. That way, it's not like you're learning like a whole new pattern. You're just expanding on the one you've already done. Remember the notes that we're adding to this are the notes F and B, right? So get those F and B notes in there. And so what you'll do is, instead of starting in 10, 12, we're going to start on 8. So we expand the scale out this way to the left. I'll talk about it in a little bit, the third part of the video, some exercises you can do, because this is the first appearance of a purely only 3-note per string scale. Up until now, you've been doing either 2-note per string scales or a combination of 2 and 3-note scales, but this one's only 3 notes per string. So eventually we'll have a whole set of these as well. They're called modal fingerings, but we gotta get these first and get them really comfortable into your fingers. So you'll start right here. You'll fret this doing fingers 1, fingers 2, and finger 4. Right. I don't recommend doing 1, 3, 4. The reason is because I can stretch further this way than I can. Let's see, like this way right here, right, between my 3rd and 4th finger. So it's easier for me to make that stretch with 1, 2, 4 rather than 1, 3, 4, because stretching between these 2 fingers is a lot tougher than stretching between the finger 1 and finger 2. So you have 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 10, 12, 13, and 10, 12, 13. So first off, just memorize that. And then once you memorize it, we'll do the same procedure as we did before, where we do the 3-note per string 3-note sequences, 4-note sequences, 2-note sequences, and eventually we need to add in pretty soon intervallic patterns. We'll talk about that. That's what I want to do in person, either over Zoom or over FaceTime or in person. So we'll save that discussion for another day. So you'll do work those sequences, and then once we have that down, we'll connect it with boxes 1 and 2 in a horizontal fashion. All right, cool. So work on that for me. Number 2 is going back to box 2, remembering that we have 5 cage major shapes, and we have 5 major scale shapes. So what we're going to do is the same thing that we did with the pentatonics. Is we're going to, so you'll play that second scale, or say box 2. Right? And then remember, with each the C major scales, you have a corresponding cage shape that goes with it. Box 2's cage shape is going to be the E form chord, right? It's this one here. So when you play this chord here, I like to associate with this box right here. And what you'll do, you'll take that C major shape and play it 1 note at a time. I'm already outlining it. It's called an arpeggio. Right, so we've taken the chord and we've broken up the chord into individual notes and played them in a linear fashion. It's called an arpeggio. Right, and it's helpful to spice up our soloing too, or emphasizing certain chords as we're playing. So what I'd like you to do is be able to play the scale and then play. Right, eventually we'll do chord tone soloing across the neck, but let's get these shapes down first. So do that for me. And then, let's see here, lastly, and then make sure to do that with like a backing track. So put on like a backing track in C major or A minor or something, and then see if you can solo with, right, aiming for those notes. because in your solo lines, you'll want to bring those notes out. Sounds final to me, right? Right, you want to land on those notes, right? Brings out the chord. All right, and then going back to number 3, the 3-note per string fingering combinations. Basically, there's 3 different combinations that you can have when doing 3-note per strings in terms of like reach, right? So first off, you start here at the 5th fret on the 6th string, and you'll play frets 5, 6, 8. Remember, turn that hand horizontal. You don't want to be leaning out this way, right? You don't want to be leaning towards the thumb side of the hand. You want to lean towards the pinky side in the horizontal hand position. Right, so make sure everyone's over top. You don't want fingers flying away. Right, to get those fast speeds, you have to be poised right over top of the string. So you have 5, 6, 8. Remembering to stay right over top of the string. You don't want anything flying away, and you don't want to be turned this way. So you don't want to play like this. You like have to reach or turn your hand like mid-scale. Thumbs up on the back of the neck. Right, thumb is kind of like behind like 1st and 2nd fingers where it should be. 5, 6, 8. And then you do the second combination. So that one there, I used fingers 1, 2, and 4 when I did that. Right? Next combination you can do is 5, 7, 8. And that one there, I used finger 1, finger 3, and finger 4. So I practice going. And then you can do 5, 7, 9 is the next one. For that one, like I said before in the other 3-note per string scale, you want to do the 2nd finger for the 7. So 5, 7, 9. So you're going to practice those combinations. Right? And then what we'll do, we'll start doing like different finger combos. So like, eventually we'll do the quasi-chromatic exercise. And then different permutations of that fingering. So say you can do like 1, 3, 2, 4, and then 1, 4, 2, 3. You want to be able to do all those different combinations, because in that way, when you encounter them in a tune or a lead line or something, your fingers will have like the ability to do those different combinations. Cool, man. So work on those 3 things for me. Like I said, if you want me to take a look at anything, feel free to shoot on over. And if not, I will see you next Saturday in person. Yay, bye.